Slowly, people were jumping off the bandwagon. They looked a mess. Since then, as I mentioned, they've not lost. So what's the difference in that team that started 0-3 and the team that hasn't lost since that game?
Well, Scotty, I think early on they were waiting for Deshaun Watson to be the same guy we saw last year when he electrified the NFL. Well, he's coming off an ACL. He wasn't going to be that guy. And so they had to figure out, how are we going to play football this year? We can't open the offense up just yet. And so they start running the football and playing really, really good defense. During this 8-game win streak, Scotty, they get off to good starts. Tonight they didn't, but normally they get off to good starts and they play to their defense and they don't allow Watson to throw the football a lot. A running football team, very good front seven. That's how they've done it over the last 8 weeks.
We tend to, and when I say we, I mean society, sports fans, whatever. Yeah. We like the new thing, the sexy thing, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs, sure. And then we also like things we know we can count on, like New England, like Pittsburgh, franchises like that. So as we look at the AFC playoff picture, and it's confusing, there are a lot of teams in play here. Where do the Texans fit in your mind as we look ahead towards December and beyond?
You know, I think everyone's going to look at Kansas City and how explosive they are on the offensive side of the football. But when you look at Kansas City, their defense isn't up to par. I think when the Houston Texans finish this season, they're going to have 12 or 13 wins. Their schedule sets up for that. And you put this team in the postseason, here's what they have. At the key positions on defense, they have stars. Jadeveon Clowney, Watt, Tyrann Mathieu. They have impact players. On the other side of the football, they showed you tonight and over the last 2 months, they can run the football. On the outside, Demaryius Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, they have star players, and what they also have is the X factor. Dabo Swinney called it Michael Jordan. I might call him Houdini, Scotty. Deshaun Watson is a guy that can make plays. So you have one of the more complete teams in the AFC. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're New England, the Chargers, the Chiefs. I wouldn't want to play this Texans team, especially if they're healthy, in the postseason.
Last real quick follow about something I just mentioned. They could get to the playoffs without having been stressed in the way the Chiefs or the Chargers or the Patriots have been. Steelers as well. In what way could that be a disadvantage not to have been tested to that degree when you get to the playoffs?
Well, Scotty, I'm going to disagree with you. They were tested earlier. They were 0-3, baby. Come on now.
All right.
I mean, they got tested at the beginning. And can you imagine a team that had playoff and Super Bowl hopes early on, and you start 0-3? So their backs have been against the wall for a long time. I think they're tested. Their test just came early and not late. I think once they get in the postseason, whether it's 11, 12, or 13 wins, I just think Deshaun Watson is going to go back to the guy who we put in the MVP conversation last year. He's going to be healthy. They can run the football with a two-headed monster and Lamar Miller and Blue, and defensively. I'm going to tell you this, Scotty. J.J. Watt is on a mission to prove everybody who said, you know what, maybe the back, maybe he's not the same guy. You put him with Jadeveon Clowney, who's playing for a contract, and the guy that's brought the attitude to this team, Tyrann Mathieu, this team is going to be a tough out come January.
And you make a great point about having been tested. They did start 0-3. They haven't lost since. Booger, look forward to next week. NFC East, it's kind of a mess, but it's intriguing. We'll talk to you from Philadelphia. All right, my man?
Anytime. Hey, Scotty, by the way, the dressing and ham was outstanding on Thanksgiving Day, buddy.
I bet it was.